Are we live? Okay. There we go. Everything seems all good. I'm just checking the stream real quick, guys. Because, yep, this is my first ever live stream on this channel. Well, I've been doing streaming before, but it's only on the main channel. This is my first time ever streaming on the second channel. Let's see how everything's going. Okay, good. That's on, and, well, welcome to the very first live stream on Peashooter Critic 2000. Hey guys, Peashooter Critic here once again, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. Now, as you may know, back on the main channel, I did reviews on the main channel, and, well, those reviews suck. I'm not going to get into the whole details on the reason why they suck, because I will explain the reason once we react to these reviews, but I did not like how I did my old reviews back on the main channel. So today I'm going to give you my reaction and see what are the problems with my old reviews compared to my new reviews that I do on the second channel, which is my Wild of VeggieTales series. Now, hold on, I'm going to say hi to some of you people. Super Oreo 64, welcome, how are you? Thanks for coming, hope you're doing well. And Francesco Garcia, welcome, how are you? Thanks for coming, hope you're doing well. And I think that's about it. Alright. So, today I'm going to react to my 5 reviews that I did on the main channel, my 5 movie reviews. So, why don't we, cringe together, shall we? Hold on, I'm gonna get, there we go. Alright, hopefully I won't get copyrighted, because, man, I do not want to get a copyright claim on this stream, so, anyway, I'm gonna react to this. I'm gonna make this full screen. So, here we go.
So I recently saw the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and boy, was it...
Okay, I see the first problem with this review right here. So, back then, I didn't have a good microphone. I use a Rock Band microphone. Yeah, and the setup I had recording this was very crappy. So, I'm glad I upgraded to the Elgato microphone for my reviews going forward, as you can tell by my Wild of VeggieTales reviews.
Good movie. It was amazing to see a movie of my favorite video game franchises of all time. So let's get right on to it. Hello.
And I see another problem with this review as well. So I didn't mute the audio back then. I didn't mute the movie audio way before I started my streaming career and started the second channel. No, I just kept the music and audio on. So yeah, that's another problem I have with this review and my other reviews going forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, plants of all types, my name is Peashooter Gaming, and today we are going to review the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's going to be a ton of fun, what I like and dislike, so Greg Parker, Greg Soda. Here we go, let's get on to the review.
And, well, that was my own intro I used back then, but I used a new intro for this channel anyway.
The Red Plumber is hitting the big screen in 2023.
Okay.
It was so cool to see his movie, but he did hit the big screen in the 1993 film. But, oh boy, that movie is so horrible. Let's not get into that movie.
Okay.
But,
so back then, I explained on what happened with the movie when I did these reviews, so there's that.
And yes, I did play a Mario game on the channel. Actually, I did play a bunch of Mario games on my channel. You see on the screen. My first ever Mario game I ever played was Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. Yes, I do own a Nintendo.
Can you see why the audio was bad? I know I'm harping on this, but I do not like how the audio was going with this review. And also, another thing I had problem with this review is that I wasn't scripted on these reviews. No, I went off script with most of my reviews that I did on the main channel. And that was a big problem because if you want to be a professional analysis reviewer, you need to have a script in order to keep track on what you're gonna say. And here, I did not keep track on what I'm saying in these reviews.
64, thank you for asking. And
so, yeah, that's another problem.
Mario game I ever wanted to 100% Mario game. So, in April 7 of 2023, the Super Mario Brothers film has been released. Many Nintendo fans are going to see it. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a poor review, but we're going to give you my review. But anyway, I went to go see it in theaters in 3D just by myself with some popcorn, some candy, and some soda.
That is not actually true, guys. That is not actually true. No, I actually saw this movie with my family. I saw this with my sister and all of that, so I did not see this by myself. That is not true at all.
All that good stuff. So, let's get into the review. First, the cast. So the cast.
Okay, this is another problem I have with this review is that I didn't, cut it down to, pros, mix, and cons. I want to do something similar like Cody Leach did. If you guys don't know who Cody Leach is, he's a very swear review channel. And well, I'm gonna do the exact same concept that he is doing. And what I did back then is that I title it the story, the characters, and then the cons. So I'm going to fix that with my reviews going forward.
So, oh great. I mean, Chris Pratt play Mario was not that bad.
So what I did here is that I explained the cast for the Mario movie, so...
when I watch it, he did a pretty good job in my opinion. Charlie Day as Luigi was pretty good in my opinion. Actually, he nailed the role. Honestly, I wish he got some more screen time in my opinion.
Yep.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong was also pretty good. You couldn't actually hear Seth Rogen talk as Donkey Kong. And Keegan Michael Key as Toad was also pretty entertaining. But Anya Taylor-Joy was perfect for Peach.
So yeah, you can tell that I explained most of the cast in this episode, in this review, where I was supposed to talk about the characters.
Also, I'm gonna be honest, Peach is way better than those other Disney princesses that I really just don't care about. Yes, even better than Elsa. Thank you for asking.
Okay, that's actually a true statement that I still stand by. Princess Peach in the Mario movie is actually way better than most of the Disney princesses. I still stand by that opinion if anyone wanted to know.
But the one who steals the show from
But most of the stuff that I said, I don't agree with.
He literally steals every part. He is so perfect for Bowser. I was so excited for Jack Black to play Bowser. I mean, he had to grow that beard to play Bowser.
Yep.
And you gotta love that Peaches song. I mean, it's gotta be the best song I ever hear. Is the next We Don't Talk About Bruno and Whopper Whopper.
Okay, I'm gonna skip this because I do not want to get copyright claim. I can't risk it. I can't risk getting a copyright claim. So I'm gonna skip that. There we go.
Our story begins in the Mushroom Kingdom, where Bowser steals the star from the penguin. So it's up to a Brooklyn plumber named
Okay, so
Mario.
this is my own iteration on how I explain what the plot is. And I feel like I should have done a little bit better in this review. Like, I should do a better job with the plot. Oh, excuse me. No, I should do a better job on explaining what the plot is. And also explain how the story is good in this movie, and the animation and all of that. I should have done a better job, which, spoiler, I'm planning to re-review most of the movies I did on the main channel, so keep an eye on that.
You will do it I won't do it. I won't play the clip. I won't play the clip.
And then I played the Peaches song because, okay, so the reason why I played this when I said, don't do it, I won't play the clip and I won't play the clip, I was trying to copy what Brian Hall did when he refused to not sing the Peaches song, but he did it anyway. So that's what I did with this concept. Anyway, we need to skip that. There we go.
Toad and Donkey Kong to save his brother Luigi, and yeah, so instead of Peach getting kidnapped, it's Luigi. So I do like the plot. I mean, it's kind of a reference to Super Princess Peach. You don't know what that is for the Nintendo DS, where Peach.
I will say this is not a reference to Super Princess Peach. I mean, the concept is different, but I don't feel like this is a reference to Super Princess Peach.
But I'm about to
is saving Mario, Luigi, and Toad from the evil King Bowser.
There's a human, has a mustache.
I like the game about this movie. You love the plot. It's like the game. If you have not played a Mario game, the plot might be confusing to all of you, Sega folks and PlayStation.
Okay, I will say this, the plot is not confusing to PlayStation, Sega fans and all of that. No, this plot is very simple, so I don't feel like no one will be confused by this.
And all that. What I love about the movie is it's got a lot of reference from the game.
Okay, that's actually true. That's actually is true. I really like all the references in the Mario movie. Like, it was so cool to see them referencing the stuff from the games. As myself, I am a Mario fan, and I really appreciate them referencing most of the Mario games. Well, not all the Mario games. They reference most of them in this movie.
I'm not playing Mario games. I saw so many references, like the cutscene from Super Mario 3D.
Okay, and there's me explaining all the references in this movie.
And the power-ups from New Super Mario Brothers. That's a whole lot of fun.
There's a huge universe.
I saw Luma from Super Mario Galaxy, and there's so much Mario Kart references, but I love it.
They're all
I don't know how they this stuff, but I love it a lot. Man, I wish they had a Weezy Mansion reference, but it doesn't matter. I love this movie, but anyway, let's get into the...
Okay, this is another big problem I have with this review, and my reviews going forward, is that I didn't explain what I like about in this movie. I did, but I didn't explain that I like the animation, I like what they did in this movie, or anything like that. No, I just, like, wink at this entirely throughout this review, and I feel like I could have done a bit better job. I could have done a much better job with this review going forward. Like, I'm going to re-review this. I'm going to re-review most of my reviews I did on the main channel. But, the points that I made, I was just winking at it throughout this entire review. So, yeah, that's another thing I'm not a big fan of.
About this movie. My big con of the
Okay,
Super
there's
Mario
my cons
Bros.
with
movie
this
is all the
movie.
80s music. Did it really need that much 80s music? I mean, I get it that Illumination loves to put 80s music in their movie, but this is a Mario movie! A Mario movie! It doesn't need that much 80s music. Like, I get that they love it, but really, they should just add Mario music. Like Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey, like, all that good stuff.
Okay, so that opinion is true. Like, I didn't like how they put all these licensed music in a Mario movie. I get that Illumination loves to do this, but this is a Mario movie. I don't want to hear any licensed music from a Mario movie. What I want to hear is just more Mario music. I want them to, like, cram everything with Mario music and not put any licensed music. That's the only problem I have with the movie. But I do have another problem with the Mario movie, is that I feel like the pacing is a little too fast in some instances in this movie. Because in this movie, they just rushed to get to the next scene, and the pacing felt a bit fast in my opinion. But that's just only a nitpick and all that. But this movie, sorry. Trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. I feel like I could have done a little bit better with the cons. Like, I only have 2 cons with this movie. But anyway.
But the movie is the best movie out of 2023.
It was originally the best 2023 movie in my opinion, but that got taken over by Wonka.
So, yeah.
We will destroy the mushroom
But
And
the
there's
the
my
best
conclusion.
movie out of 2023 is my favorite movie ever made. It's
We're
like
going to save
Nintendo made so much Mario game and they want the plumber on the big screen.
Yep.
And then they made a film out of him. This film is just so good. The writing is great. The story, the plot, the stuff. I'm gonna stop talking. But most of the scenes were pretty
Yeah,
great.
this audio is not
My
good.
rating about the movie, the cast was great. Plot was great. All the references were great. My big con is the music and cringe con, but that's a minor thing. So I give this movie, this is gonna be crazy, but this movie is a 10 out of
Thinking about your
10.
brother.
Okay, the points that I made in this review, I'm sorry I'm harping on this, but I do not like what I did in this review. For one, the mic audio was bad. Second, the points that I made in this review were not good as well. Third, I feel like I could have done a better job. Like, I feel like I could have explained my points a little bit better in this review. Instead of me just winking at it. And also, Nintendo did not make this movie. Well, they collaborate with another animation studio to make this movie. It's Illumination. Illumination made this movie. And I feel like Illumination were the right people to make the Mario movie. Because you give it like to Disney or Pixar, they would just tamper with it. So I feel like Illumination was actually the perfect studio to make a Mario movie. But my opinion on this movie has changed. Like, I don't think this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I say that this is a 9 out of 10 masterpiece because the pacing in this movie is a bit too fast, and I don't really like any of the licensed music. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of this review. It does not hold up for me at all. I feel like I could have done a better job. But anyway, now I'm gonna click on my next review that I did, which is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And how you guys are liking this reaction so far? I hope you are enjoying your time here. I know this is something I haven't done before, but hey, it's something new. Hey, Matt, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I don't have moderators on this channel, and hopefully we won't get any trolls, but anyway, hold on. I'm gonna have to make some, I have to... No, don't, that's not what I meant to press, sorry, Mag. That is not what I meant to press. That was by accident. Oh, my gosh. I'm making accidents already. I was making Mag a manager moderator. That was my bad, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. So sorry. That was an accident. I'm doing good, Mac. Thanks for asking. Anyway, now let's watch my Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse review. And, okay, first of all,
So I recently saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Man and it was alright.
hold on, let me pause it. Yeah, here's another problem. I still have to deal with the awful mic audio, and also, look at the thumbnail. Hold on, I actually have this saved. I actually have this thumbnail saved on, hold on, I'm gonna hide this. I do not like how I did the thumbnail back then. It looks awful. It looks terrible. Just, no, no, it's not good. It's not good at all. Yep, I know it. I like my new reviews that I do for the second channel. They're much better than the main channel. I have more of a fun time doing my reviews on the second channel, more so than the main channel. Like the main channel with that channel, I didn't have a ton of creative freedom on the main channel for these reviews. But with the second channel, I have more of a creative freedom on this channel. Like the main channel is mostly about gaming. This channel is about analysis reviews, like me giving my thoughts on the recent movie that's happening or some old movies. Yeah, this is where I'm dumping all my movie review content. I say that the two reviews I did on the second channel were a bit more of an improvement, but not too much. I will say this, it was not much of an improvement on this channel. But my VeggieTales reviews is what actually kick-started my analysis career. And also, guys, be sure to check out J2 The Man's channel, because you gotta watch Why I Love Pixar, because we will not have Why I Love VeggieTales without Why I Love Pixar. Yep. Reviews I have, I'm planning to check out the Cat in the Hat movie, and hopefully I'll review Hoppers and Toy Story 5. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, I'll be reviewing that movie. That's another movie that I have in mind on reviewing. So yeah, I'm reviewing mostly all of the films from 2026. And I might do a review on K-pop Demon Hunters, even though I did it on a post. Why not if I do it on this channel? Anyway, hold on. I'm trying to find that thumbnail I did. I wonder where it is. Like, I don't have it. Yeah, this is another thing I don't like about my old reviews, is that okay, nice. I found my old thumbnail I did. Hold on. I'm gonna share it right now. Yeah, look at this. This is just a huge, big mess. So what I did back then is that I put this, and then I put the logo of the movie right here, and then look at the image I used. It's a bit blurry, I will admit. This is the most blurriest image I use, and what I did back then is that I put a ton of Peashooters in this thumbnail. Yeah, this wasn't good. I will have to admit, I don't like how I did this thumbnail. It looks terrible. Anyway, now let's watch this old review.
I mean, it was amazing to see Spider-Man right back on the big screen right now, so let's get on to the review. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, playing Telltale. My name is Peashooter Game 2000. Please hit the subscribe button and like the video and hit the notification bell, because Spider-Man Miles Morales, whatever his name is going to attack. So please subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell. Anyway, let's get on to the review real quick.
And okay, so this intro I used, this was a very old intro I used for the main channel, and well, it's okay, and also, I do not like the mic audio. It is just not good. It's not like how I'm talking right now, where my voice is clear with this microphone. I just don't like how I did it back then. It is awful. I kind of cringe at it. And also, I didn't do a really good job with this intro compared to the second channel's intros. Anyway. So yeah, I took this from Danny Ray's Plants vs. Zombies video, and I found it to be cool. And there's a ton of Marios. So yeah. Anyway, I'll skip this.
Spider-Man hit back on the big screen, and it was a...
And we have the same problem we had with the last review. My audio was bad, and I didn't mute the audio and didn't put background music.
Amazing to see his film. I mean, we all know the sequels do not do so well. Like,
that is not actually true. That is not actually true. If a sequel does a good job on expanding the universe and tell the story and continue where the story left off, the sequel could be like a perfect sequel. We've seen sequels do well before. Stuff like Toy Story 2, Shrek 2, Kung Fu Panda 2, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, and The Dark Knight. Those are examples of perfect sequels. So yeah, sequels can do really good if they were executed very well. And there's some examples where sequels are there to make a quick buck. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, so anyway, let's continue watching this. Yeah, this is something that Ugly Squid pointed out in my in his reaction. Yeah, I didn't do a good job on muting the mic. Are these any of the old reviews you might possibly remake? Oh yeah, absolutely, Mag. I will definitely remake this review. I need to redo this. This was a terrible job. This was terrible to do.
Yeah, let's forget about those movie ever this anyway. And yes, I do watch Spider-Man. Thank you for asking. My first ever Spider-Man movie was Tobey Maguire. He was the one who wanted me to watch all these Spider-Man movies.
Okay, Tobey Maguire wasn't the reason why I wanted to watch all these Spider-Man movies. I think it was Tom Holland who made me like Spider-Man. I mean, I did like the character back then, but I don't feel like Tobey Maguire was the one reason why I like Spider-Man. I will say that Tobey Maguire's movies, I used to like them and consider him to be the best Spider-Man actor, but I'm more leaning into Tom Holland Spider-Man because I feel like Tom Holland handled the character more maturely, and he's like a more likable nerd than Tobey and Andrew. Tobey, I respect him for starting the Spider-Man, you know, he's the one that started the whole thing, but I'm sorry, his films gets a little too goofy in my opinion, so I feel like he's okay. Like, I say he's in the middle. I don't think he's like bad or good, he's in the middle. And Andrew, oh, we don't talk about Andrew Garfield. His Spider-Man was a disaster. We don't talk about Andrew Garfield. But Tom Holland's Spider-Man is honestly the best one in my opinion. But if you ask me, Miles Morales is better than all three live-action Spider-Mans in my opinion.
I went to go see this in theater just by myself with some candy, some soda, some popcorn, all that good stuff, so... Anyway.
I did not see this film by myself. I keep saying this in my old reviews. I did not see this movie by myself. I saw this with my family and all that, so that's a clarification.
We're gonna review this movie and see what we get my results. First,
alright.
The characters. The characters were all likable. Yeah, all of them.
Okay, this is my first time explaining all the characters in this movie, but I feel like we needed to cut it into like pros, cons, and then mix. That's what I'm gonna do going forward.
Miles Morales is still amazing as ever. He was amazing in the first one.
Yep.
And he was pretty good in this
I will agree with that.
Gwen is back. I mean, I love Gwen. I mean, she was a total baddie in this.
Oh my god. I can't believe I said Gwen was a total baddie in this review. So I tried to use that word to replace you know, the other bad word, but okay, yeah, that was kind of cringe, not gonna lie.
Movie, like, it's a good movie to watch. She was pretty good. Peter B. Parker was also more entertaining, even though he's now the father figure type. I mean, it's fine, but alright. And there's some new characters like Miguel O'Hara. I mean, he was fine, but I actually feel like he's not in that year yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, most of the characters are back. they're interesting. The new Spider people, like, we're going all the way back to Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, yes.
No, this film did not go back to Spider-Man No Way Home. I will have to clarify that. This film did not go back to Spider-Man No Way Home. That is not true at all. I mean, they did reference stuff from Spider-Man No Way Home, but that's it.
So yeah, but first, let's get to the plot. And Miguel O'Hara, stop attacking Miles Morales. We're trying to do a movie review.
Okay, so the whole time with me explaining the character has aged very poorly. I feel like I could have done a better job, not only with the mic audio, but I need to be scripted once I remade this entire review. Yeah, the points that I made honestly suck. They suck.
Story begins in right back at Brooklyn, where Miles Morales going back to the Spider-Verse to meet Gwen and meet all these tons of different Spider peoples to meet Miguel O'Hara. Miguel O'Hara stopped Miles Morales just because he didn't want to save his father because he has to go with the timeline, but alright.
Okay, that's another problem, is that I try to figure out my own creative way on explaining the plot, and honestly, I didn't do a really good job, and also, going back to the characters, I didn't explain about the villain, Spot and all that. Okay, I don't know why it was echoey. I think it was because I recorded the, video, clips with my capture cards, but I figure out, how to get the video clips, right now, but I have a problem with this.
And yeah, so the plot is awesome. I mean, when I watched this, I was shocked. The plot was pretty awesome, in my opinion.
Yep, the plot was awesome.
Yeah. And this movie did a little bit better than the first one. I say a little bit because we'll get to that later. Boy. So I saw so many
Can't wait to get a ton of hate when I get to the cons.
I saw Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
There were not a ton of Spider-Man references. Okay, yeah, there were some references to old Spider-Man stuff, but there were a ton of Spider-Man reference, like in the Mario movie. I just only wanted to compare that to the Mario movie. But yeah, there were not a lot of Spider-Man reference. I will give you that.
I saw Andrew Garfield. I might saw Tom Holland. There's a reference to
nope,
him.
I did not see that.
There's more Spider-Man than ever. We get to see Penny, Spider-Man from the 1999 film, and the Spider-Ham. Yeah, whatever.
Hey, new person named Esther Lalu Joseph. Welcome. I think you do.
Like
Feel free to subscribe.
The movie, it did a little bit right and a little bit wrong. I mean, this movie kind of made a little impact to me. Like,
no, this film made a huge impact on me for animation lover.
Yeah, this part was pretty well, and also I never surprised to see a Miles Morales sequel. But
no, this film was
sequel. You know you're gonna get
was not surprised.
It was pretty good, and I saw so many Spider-Man references and so many Spider people, but I love it.
Okay, so I just quote that from the original review I did back then. It was the Mario movie review. So that was so that's what that reference is from.
Anyway, we're done, and now let's get to the
oh, here we go. I'm gonna give a lot of hate for this, and I hate the cons that I put in this review.
The unnecessary plot cliffhanger.
Okay, yeah, that's a big problem with the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse review. I do not like the cliffhanger in this review. I think it was just honestly not good. Okay, I want to clarify that I do not like cliffhangers at all. I think they're the worst in my opinion. So, yeah, that's my big problem with this movie. I do not like the unnecessary cliffhanger. But still, this movie's still awesome.
Like, why would you put that in this movie? This movie was supposed to be good, but they butchered it with that unnecessary cliffhanger. Why not do the exact same thing as Pirates of the Caribbean Outworld's End?
Okay, that's another problem. I compared this movie to Pirates of the Caribbean Outworld's End, even though that's the third film to take place after Dead Man's Chest. You know, the movie that ended up with a cliffhanger. I will excuse Dead Man's Chest because I actually like those movies. But, yeah, that was a terrible comparison. Hey, Jola, Aaron, welcome. Welcome to my reaction to my old cringy reviews. But yeah, oh yo, I felt the same way about that clip. Okay, man, go right.
And put that whole movie like Avengers Endgame. It did it in the series. Why not do that? Or yeah.
Oh, I think we got a spammer. Can anyone take care of that? Because I think this is a spammer. I don't know.
The film was confusing, and also it had too many villains. Like, I don't mind the if you're gonna have a maximum of villains, it's supposed to be 2.
Okay, that's another con that I don't think it was valid anymore. Like, I actually am fine with them having those villains. Like, I don't feel like this was a very valid opinion. Yeah, that was a terrible opinion back then.
But you do not need to have 3 villains. No, sorry, 4 villains, because, man, too much villains. The plot was just meh, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, no, the plot in this movie was not meh. I will tell you 100% the plot was not meh. I don't know what I was on back then. The plot was not meh.
It got so many cliffhangers. It got a cliffhanger which I did not like.
Yeah.
Why they ended with a cliffhanger. I was really, very just unnecessary. And yeah.
Okay, I will admit it was kind of unnecessary, but I get why they did it because they want to make a third film, so I understand that.
Overall, this film did not do so well for me. The first film did a little bit better than this. I mean, just add more scenes next time, okay? Wait. Let's get on to the conclusion. Honestly, this movie could have been better if it didn't have that.
Oh, thank you, Mac.
Unnecessary cliffhanger if they fixed the pace.
Okay, that's another problem I have with that opinion. The pacing was actually good. It was not too fast. I don't know where I was going with this.
Didn't have too much villains. Like, it could have done better if left us with an unnecessary ending.
Oh,
Like, I wanted more stuff. I wanted to see what happened with Spot. How are they going to defeat him? How are they going to bring Miles Morales back in the universe? Like, I want to see more scenes. They ended up with a cliffhanger. Like, man, I didn't like this film. I feel like the pacing was pretty up. That unnecessary cliffhanger. I think we need more scenes. And too many villains. You got
okay.
You got Spy. You got Aaron from a universe. And Miles Morales. No, that's the problem. But I'm gonna be. This might be harsh, but I'm giving this movie a 5 out of 10.
Okay. That opinion is not here anymore. Like, past P, I don't know where he was going with it. Sorry about that, guys. I have to go and watch church, so I'll be right back and give you thoughts on that, and sorry for the interruption. So, yeah, we'll be right back. Anyway. Alright, guys, I'm back. Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna explain that the points that I pointed out in this movie were awful. I will admit, they suck. The main reason is, one, the cons that I had were terrible. Two, I didn't do a really good job of explaining what I like and don't like about this movie, and I gave it a 5 out of 10. Like, what the heck I was on? This is not a 5 out of 10 movie. No, this is a 9.5 out of 10 movie. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 because of the cliffhanger. But still, 5 out of 10? Are you kidding me, Paz P? You really think that this masterpiece movie is a 5 out of 10? No way! No way is this movie a 5 out of 10. I hope you're not one of those people that think animation for kids. It is not. Animation is a storytelling medium. I don't think animation is made for kids. It is a storytelling medium that it's made for adults as well. So yeah, honestly, I'm going to have to re-review this movie and fix the stuff that I need to address. Like, I need to explain about the animation. I didn't explain the animation in this movie, of how gorgeous it looks. But yeah, the cliffhanger, I will admit, that is still valid to this day. I do not like cliffhangers. I think they suck. The only examples that I like cliffhangers is Pirates of the Caribbean Damaged Chest. That's the only example that I'm fine with cliffhanger. Other than that, I am not a big fan of cliffhangers. But anyway, I'm gonna give this to the chat and discuss what are your thoughts on this movie. Like, what do you like about this movie and what you don't like about this movie? I'd like to hear your thoughts, not gonna lie. I mean, the only people is in here is Mag, but I don't know about any of my other viewers that sub to me. No, anyway. So yeah, this review ain't good.
This film did not did so well.
And let's go forward.
This movie is probably might be the worst anime film in my opinion.
This is not the worst animated film. Trust me, there are terrible anime films that are much worse than this. No, this is a masterpiece. I say that this is a little bit better than Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think this is much better than Into the Spider-Verse, but not by much. I still much prefer the first one, but still, this is an awesome sequel to the first Spider-Man film. I love the Spider-Verse films. I feel like these two films are better than all of the live-action Spider-Man combined. Anyway, now I'm going to switch to my Elemental review, but before we do that, I'm going to check and see how we're doing. Hopefully I won't get copyright claim for this. I mean, I don't think I'll get copyright claim on doing my old reviews, but I might, since, well, this type of content is theirs. I just want to clarify, I do not own anything in this video. I'm just only watching this for entertainment purposes. So yeah, I'm not trying to make money off of this. I just want to do a reaction to my own reviews. So that's all I have in mind. I'm not trying to cash in on this. Okay, it's doing very well. So anyway. Okay, I'm gonna unhide this. Alright. Who's all ready to watch my Elemental review, which, this, I will admit, it's a little bit much of an improvement over the first one, but not by much. Not by much.
So I recently saw Elemental and it was
We still have the issue with the mic audio being terrible.
Best Pixar movie since the 2000 area of Pixar. So let's get on to the...
Okay, this opinion I have with this movie is not valid. This is not up there with Pixar 2000 decade, like their golden age. I say that I put this in the middle. Like, I say this is like a B tier Pixar movie. Since my opinion has changed on Elemental, I'll get into that later, but anyway, let's continue.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, plants of all time. My name is Peashooter Gamer 2000. Today I am going to review Elemental.
Yeah, this is another problem, that the intro that I did back then was way too long, so I gotta shorten it in my new reviews that I'm doing for this channel.
I am going to tell you what I like about it, what I dislike about it, and at the end of the video, we are going to finish the tier list with Brickhands Production, helping us giving his review on it. So here we go, let's get on to the review.
And I'm going to skip this intro, since I don't want to waste your guys' time. And honestly, I might come back to this. Like, I could react to the trailers that we got for 2026 films. I could do that, but not in this reaction. I might say that for another time.
Guys, I love Pixar.
Yep, that opinion is
They're
still
the best
valid. That opinion
animated
is still
studio
valid.
Of all time. They're even better than Disney in my
Yep,
opinion.
that is true.
Like, they dominate the
I will agree with
animation
that.
company. But they made some pretty bad Pixar movies last year. Turn Red and Lightyear were not fan favorites.
Okay, what I'm talking about is that during this video release, the other two Pixar movies that came out were not so good. Turning Red is easily the worst Pixar movie due to it being very cringy. I'm sorry to all the Turning Red fans, but I do not like this film. I hate it. It annoyed me to death. I don't like the characters. I don't like the story. The animation looks something like Eerie and the Witch. The jokes were terrible. And Lightyear was more of a disappointed spin-off movie. Like, that movie had potential, but it was executed poorly. But I don't want to get into my full details on these movies because I want to save that for my Pixar ranking video. So, yeah, anyway.
Sorry. You like those movies? That's okay with you. But for me, they're not fan favorite. Turn Red
Yeah,
was
that actually is
so
true.
cringy and so bad with the humor, and it was very annoying. Lightyear was not that good because it was so disappointing. All it had was really realistic animation. Yeah, they're not fan favorites. Yeah.
So, yeah, all those opinions I have with this review are completely valid. Like, I still agree with this. Like, Pixar is easily the best animation studio of all time. Fight me. Yeah, I still think that Pixar is still the best animation studio of all time. Better than Disney, in my opinion. They dominate the animation studio, in my opinion. I wouldn't say that most of their films are not better, like something like Studio Ghibli, but they're still better than mostly every single animation studio, even better than Ghibli. And yeah, most of the points I point in here are completely valid.
With this new entry, Elemental, it was so redeemable from those two movies. I love this film. You do not know how much I was excited to see this film.
Okay, I wasn't that excited to see this film, but I heard that this film got a ton of hate. Like, people were hating on this movie for no apparent reason whatsoever. And when I gave it a watch, it was actually a good movie. It was not horrible.
Many people are gonna see this film. Movie reviewers
Oh
give this
gosh,
a
I
full review. I'm
remember
gonna
this
give you my
character.
review on
Ugh.
Elemental. I got to see this with myself, with some popcorn, some candy, some syrup, all that good stuff. So let's get on to the review. First, the character. The characters were all great.
Okay,
The
we
protagonist
still
is
have
Wayne.
the same problem on not splitting it up to pros, cons, and mix. I need to fix that. But yeah, most of the characters were pretty likable. The points that I pointed out for these characters were complete valid. I really like Ember and Wayne. I feel like they're easily the best characters in this film, in my opinion.
Were likable. I mean, if you watch this film, you really like these characters. Their love story was handled pretty well. My opinion, they had some good side characters. I'm only naming a couple. Like,
that's actually true. Okay, for this joke, I wanted to compare Bernie to Bernie Sanders. I did that just because they had the same name, so I wanted to compare that. It was pretty funny what I did there. Okay.
But he didn't get that much screen time, so he's a hard pass. Ember's mom was also good. She was pretty funny. How she sniffed out love. Okay, that was just kind of hilarious. Ray's mom was just too hilarious. The way that she was true. So funny.
Oh, I didn't get an image for her. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get an image for Wade's mom. I don't know if I couldn't find it, but yeah, I needed to fix that as well.
Like, those are the only side characters that I actually like, because none of the other side characters could make it my standards. But anyway, let's get to the plot. Our story begins in Element City, where a fire girl named Ember is going to run the shop one day.
And we still have the same problem of me trying to come up my creative way on trying to explain the plot.
When she is ready. But she has a bad temper. And she flooded the shop because of her temper. So she met up with a water boy named Wade to go with him to help stop a flood. And yeah, that's about it. That's about everything you gotta know. Because I'm not gonna spoil too much about the film. But
yeah, this film is not worth it to be spoiled. Like, I don't feel like many people actually care for this movie at all.
The elements for this are air, fire, water, and earth. Wait a minute. Does that sound familiar?
Avatar reference.
Not a Frozen 2 reference!
Oh, yeah, I compared this to Frozen 2 because they had the same premise of air, fire, water, and earth, but really it originated in Avatar.
Let's get that out of the way. So yeah, this concept was pretty good, and it's up there with the 2000 Decades of Pixar.
This is not up there with the 2000 Decades of Pixar. I will tell you that this is not up there with the 2000 Decades of Pixar. It's close, but not by much.
But here's the thing. The love concept. The love concept was handled pretty well in this movie.
Yep, that's actually valid. That's actually valid. That opinion I had there, I do agree with still. I do feel like the love interest with Ember and Wade was actually handled pretty well in my opinion. I feel like it was pretty cute for them to be a couple. Even though many people have a problem with fire and water can't date and they can't mix, but who the heck actually cares? This is supposed to be animation. This is not like real life we're talking about.
Love couple. And
I need to keep my mouth closed for that.
Disney's love couple. Like, seriously, watch this film and it's going to give you some laughs and some stuff. The animation was also pretty good.
True, that's actually true.
Pixar with their visual, with their newer films, are doing pretty well. Minus. But this is the best thing we've seen since the 2000 year era of Pixar.
I don't know why I kept saying that. Back then, I considered this film to be like one of the best Pixar movies of all time, up there with the 2000 Decades, but opinions has changed. I say that this is like top 15 Pixar movies of all time. I don't think it's like the best, but still, it's still a good movie. Just not one of the best Pixar movies that in my opinion. But yeah, the animation here looks really good. I really like how they animate the fire and water. It looks pretty good. Like it's very impressive how they managed to do this.
And I love it. But before we get to the concept, let's get into the cons. The one problem I have with this movie.
Oh, here we go.
Tree
The
Kid.
cons I have with this movie.
Really, he was so annoying and cringy.
Okay, that opinion is
Like,
actually
seriously,
valid
he
too.
grows a flower out of his armpits, and it's
I still agree with
weird,
that. I
disturbing,
still have
and
that
made me
opinion.
Really uncomfortable.
I'll
Made
explain
me
later.
gross out. And it's weird, and I feel the ending was kind of rushed. Like, we thought Ray was gonna die, but my surprise and horror, he was alive. That ending was just too rushed, in my opinion. I
Okay.
feel like the ending was kind of rushed. But anyway,
And oh, that's actually
let's
true as
get
well.
to
That
the
is
con-
those opinions I have with the cons are very true. Like I don't really like the tree kid. I forgot his name. I think it was Wade or something. I have no idea, but I did not like the tree kid at the time. Like I found him annoying and cringy how he grows flowers out of his armpit, and it's disgusting in my opinion. My friend Shrek Lover 64 told me that it's just boys having riz, and I'm sorry, but that is not a valid opinion to say that he's a likable character. He is not a likable character. I found him incredibly annoying. And yeah, the ending where we thought Wade was gonna die and then he came back to life, that felt pretty rushed in my opinion. I also have some new problems, is that I feel I don't really like them adding this third act breakup, which that felt pretty unnecessary. So yeah, that's the only problems I have with this movie. It's dropped down to probably an 8, in my opinion. This is like a 8 out of 10 movie or 7.5 out of 10 movie.
conclusion now. This film was so.
But it's been a while since
ridiculous
I've seen
on the
Elemental, so I have to
last
rewatch
year-
this.
last year. Pixar outdone themselves with this movie. I don't really care what people think about this movie. It was so good from their other films. I really enjoyed this movie more than I should have. Because the characters were great. The plot, my two characters. Sorry, one character. The story was almost everything was pretty good. The plot, the
I wouldn't say
story,
everything,
the
but okay.
characters, the cast, everything, the animation was all pretty good because this film dominates everything.
It does not.
You might be surprised and might think this is a little bit crazy, but I'm giving this movie a 9.5 out of 10.
I don't necessarily agree with that anymore. I don't think it's a 9.5 out of 10 movie. It's more of an 8 or a 7.5 out of 10 movie. Because the problems I have with this movie is that I feel like the third act breakup was kind of unnecessary. I really do not like Wade. I feel like he's pretty annoying. Him growing flowers out of his armpits and then picking them off. That was just very cringy in my opinion. And also, the pacing in this movie is a little too fast. I'm not gonna lie. Like, no, actually, no. The pacing is actually was fine. But, yeah, the points that I pointed out was not so good. I mean, I do agree with most of what I said, but not all of it. I feel like I could have done a bit better job with this. And also, this is something my friend J2 the Man pointed out, is that we don't get to explore the other elements, like air or Earth. We only explore fire and water, and that's it. And honestly, I kind of agree with him with that. I really wish that we get to explore more with the other elements, not just fire and water. But that's just my thoughts. What is your thoughts on this movie? I haven't watched this movie in a long while. I need to rewatch it to see what I think of it nowadays. Okay, Mac. Yeah, that's pretty valid. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna chat with you guys for a bit before we move on to my most popular review that I did on the main channel, which is my Trolls Band Together review, which has a total of 2.2k views on this review. Yeah, this is my most view review that I did on the main channel. I wonder how it holds up, and I wonder if I agree with my thoughts. But yeah, I'm planning to re-review most of these movies I did on the main channel, which there will have better editing, better script writing, better mic audio and all that. So yeah, we're gonna fix all that. But I'm kind of busy at the moment because I'm working on my Rash Check and Benny review. So expect that to come out hopefully this week or maybe next week. I have no idea. And also I'm working on my Pixar ranking videos, so I might skip on the Elemental review since I am ranking that with the Pixar movies that I'm ranking. So I might have to skip on the Elemental review because I'll be talking that movie on that. Yep, that is actually insane, Mac. That is actually saying that this is my most popular review I did on the main channel. And I did get a ton of hate from the Trolls fans. Because here, I'll show you. I'm gonna go on my main channel right now. I'm on the second channel, but I'm gonna switch to the main channel. But as you can see, if I scroll down to the Trolls Band Together review, look at these dislikes. It has a total of 14 dislikes on this review. Yeah, that's insane. I can't believe it has that much dislikes. That's insane. But anyway, I'm gonna hide this. Because, yeah, you didn't see that little, switch. I don't want you guys to see that, because, yeah. Yeah, it's still insane that this is my most popular review. And my most hated review as well. I put my review on Trolls Band Together. I am done with this franchise. And I put it all in caps. Because, yeah, back then, I was just done with the Trolls franchise. I found the Trolls franchise to be very cringy. And they're still not a good franchise. I will have to tell you that. I still hate the Trolls films with my entire life. I will hate these films until I die. So yeah, no one's gonna change my opinion on the Trolls franchise. Those movies suck. They're not good. They're awful movies. I think they're worse than the Smurfs movies. Which, that's saying a lot. I know that's a hot take, but yeah. It's still insane that this is my most popular review I did on this channel. Also, guys, Jade to the Man, if you guys don't know him, but he actually followed me on Instagram and on YouTube as well. For the second channel, not the main channel. And I really want him to do that for quite some time because I actually love his content. I think I came across around his channel when I saw his DreamWorks ranking, which I found that to be pretty cool. He's actually an underrated critic, I'm not gonna lie. He's up there with, like, Shape Thrillers and Nostalgia Critic. If you're watching this, JT the Man, you're really an awesome critic. Wow, guess they didn't feel the same way you did. Everyone is free to have their own opinion, but attacking people for having an opinion this isn't a controversial topic. It feels a bit unneedy. I didn't get attacked, but people dislike this video, and honestly, I can see why. But anyway, let's get into this review.
So I recently
Well, the mic audio is better. I use a different microphone, and I actually muted the audio for once. So at least at least we have an improvement. At least we have an improvement.
both band together, and it was a awful movie. Oh my gosh, this is the worst 2023 animated film ever made.
And that opinion is still true. I still think that this is the worst film of 2023. But I'm going to tell you guys, I don't remember anything from this movie. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I don't remember a single bit. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this.
So let's get...
Oh, this is the intro I use for my main channel, mostly for my gaming videos, and honestly, I'm very proud of this intro that I did. I really like it. I'm gonna update it a bit, but still, I really like the intro I did. But anyway, we're gonna skip this and move on to the actual review. There we go. I feel like that's a good way to skip. There we go. Alright. Big fan of the Trolls movies to begin with. These movies suck, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, I will give it this. I like the first Trolls movie, okay? I only like the first one. I think it's decent. It's a decent movie, but still, not that good. I still consider it to be a bad movie. The story sucked. The characters suck. The main character wants me to bang my head on the wall. But I will give it this. The animation is good, and some of the songs are catchy, and I will admit that this is not the worst thing Anna Kendrick did, but then again, she is easily the most unlikable actress in my opinion, so anyway.
Yeah, it was so painful for me to watch. So yeah, let's get on to this.
Hold on, I'm just gonna wait for a bit.
Explain my dislike about...
Yeah, there are some instances where you couldn't hear me very well. I needed to turn down the audio a bit more. But back then, I was using Clipchamp to edit my reviews. But I switched to CapCut, and it's 10 times better than Clipchamp, so there's that at least. But yeah, those opinions I have are still valid. This was actually a painful experience for me to watch, and yeah, I don't remember too much about this movie, but once I rewatch it, then I'm going to re-review it and see if everything I said... Okay, that actually is true. That actually is very true. I do not like Poppy at all. I think I found her incredibly annoying. Yeah, she is a very annoying little pest that I want to grab my fly swatter and hit her until she... Yeah, I do not like the Ender troll. I still don't. I still find her incredibly annoying.
Bring up to the pod.
Okay, I don't remember Viva as much as I did back then, but I don't think I agree with that, but anyway, I don't remember too much about this movie. Like I said, I don't remember a lot about this movie. It's been a while since I've seen Trolls Band Together. So I'll probably rewatch this film whenever I can.
Like, we got this big reveal that she is Poppy's sister. But she didn't add too much to the story, and yeah. Viva is just Poppy 2.0. She is still
about this film, but I don't remember Branch's brothers being that annoying. I actually think Branch's brothers actually were pretty good characters. I actually like Branch's brother dynamic in this film. I feel like that was handled much better than Poppy or Viva. Like, if you remove Poppy from the film, you ain't missing much.
I want it to be bad, but I found that movie to be good. This? No. This is not good. Oh my gosh. How they butcher two good films. Not two good films, but this franchise needs to end. Man, I don't like the plot. The story is so forgettable. And we got this humiliating scene where the brothers separate.
Oh, I didn't like the brother dynamic in this movie back then, but
you have to do something.
yeah.
This film could have made me like the Trolls franchise, but it didn't. No, it made me hate the Trolls franchise even more.
Okay, back then it made me hate the Trolls
Wow,
movies even
how
more,
could
and
they
I
butcher
kind of agree with this,
beautiful
but not by much.
I honestly thought DreamWorks was going to be in my top 3.
And also, I'll tell
When this
you
movie came out,
that my
I
opinions
don't know,
changed
should
with this
they be in
movie.
my top
I don't
3?
think this is the worst
Best
picture.
animated
Sorry, the
studio
worst
of all
DreamWorks
time,
film ever
but,
made.
Oh my gosh, I do not like the plot. The story is so generic from the first two.
True.
The characters are really unlikable. Now I'm excluding Branch and Floyd. Those are the only characters I like. And I don't like the story.
Yeah,
The
I said the
pacing
same
was
thing in this
really off, the
review. Yeah, that's
execution
another
was
problem
not
I have.
good, and
I keep
man,
saying the
this
same
movie
things
is
that I
terrible.
don't
Now,
like
I know
about this
Trolls
movie.
has a fan base, but honestly, this is my opinion and my review. So I'm giving this movie, this might be harsh, but 1 out of 10. I did not enjoy this movie as most people did. And honestly, this is the worst DreamWorks film ever made. And it's not good. Please, from another animation studio, I recommend go watching the Cars franchise.
Okay, I only did that just because I hated the Trolls films, so I suggested another animated franchise, so I decided to recommend only watching the Cars franchise. Yeah, that is actually true, but yeah, I don't feel like the Cars franchise. Well, obviously the Cars franchise is much better than the Trolls franchise, but I'm gonna tell you this. Spoiler alert: this might be in my Pixar ranking list, but I do not like Cars 2 or Cars 3. I only like the first Cars. I'm not really a huge fan on the sequels, but anyway, that's all I will say. I'm not explaining too much because, yeah, that will probably be in my review. But anyway.
At least the Cars franchise is not kitty garbage like this.
True.
Man, I don't like the characters. Viva, it's just Poppy 2.0. I'm just saying that.
Okay, so with everything I discussed, do I still agree with what I said? Honestly, not really. I mean, I do agree with the points that I pointed out, like Poppy being annoying and all of that. But it's been a while since I've seen Trolls Band together. So, yeah. I don't think this is the worst DreamWorks film because, personally, Ants took that spot, and I hate Ants more than the Trolls franchise. But still, this is not the worst DreamWorks film. I say that this is, like, D-tier territory. But still, it's not the worst thing I saw. But still, it doesn't mean it's good. Heck no. It still has flaws like every single movie ever made. I still hate this film. I still hate the franchise. Just end it already. Anyway, I'm gonna read your comment, Mag. At the very least, I haven't seen DreamWorks announce a Trolls 4 yet, so maybe the franchise might really have ended after Band Together. Yeah, I'm hoping to, but DreamWorks, if you're watching this, do not make a Trolls 4, because seriously, I would be ticked off if you make a Trolls 4, because This franchise don't need to continue. Just be a dead franchise already. This franchise suck. Anyway. Okay, enough with my rant. Alright, let's end things off with the final review that I'm going to do, which is my review on Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rogue One. The last review on the main channel until until I started my review series on the second channel that I've been doing my reviews on. Like, I did a review on Lilo and Stitch, then America the Motion Picture, and then finally I started my VeggieTales review series, which this is a key point in my career. These videos and my reviews on them, this kicked on my channel. And I'm really grateful to do this series. But anyway, so let's end this off with the final review. Here we go. So I recently saw Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rogue Realm, and it's one of the most boringest things that I saw. Oh okay, at the time, I considered this film to be so boring, and that's actually kind of true, but honestly, this review still sucks. I feel like I could have done a better job on my points in this review, so I'm going to re-review this movie as well, and by doing so, I'm going to do my homework and actually watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So, expect this review probably this year, but anyway. Be one of the most boringest things to come out of a franchise that I never got interest of. So let's get on to this review. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Plants of all types. My name is Peashooter Reviewer 2000. Today, okay, I go by Peashooter Reviewer 2000 for my reviews, but I changed it to Critic 2000. Today, I am going to review Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rogue Realm. I am going to tell you what I like about this movie, what I don't like about this movie, and yeah, so please subscribe, don't forget to like this video. And I will admit, the mic audio is 10 times better in this review compared to my older reviews. But anyway, let's get on to this review. But that could be said with the Torch Band Together review, and then again, I'm gonna have to skip this because, yeah, I don't want to keep you guys waiting this long. There we go. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was never really interested in watching Lord of the Rings. That actually is true. I had no intention on watching the Lord of the Rings movie because I found Lord of the Rings to be a boring franchise. And I still stand by that to this day. I think Lord of the Rings is so boring. Not at all. I was never really a big fan on this franchise. It was never really appealed to me, or really was in my Sure, that's actually a very valid opinion I had there. Lord of the Rings movie, just because I was never interested in watching this. But however, I did saw a parody of Lord of the Rings. I did saw the VeggieTales parody. Okay, I compared this to VeggieTales. I compare Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rogue Realm to the VeggieTales parody, which, obviously, the VeggieTales parody is 10 times better than Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rogue Realm, in my opinion. Film quite a bit, and I consider that one to be my favorite from the Lord of the Rings movie. Okay. Even though it's technically not a Lord of the Rings movie, it's by Big Idea and VeggieTales and all that, but at least it's better than what you got with the Lord of the Rings franchise, in my opinion. That is actually a very true opinion. That is actually a very valid opinion I had there. Even though I'm not a big fan of Lord of the Rings. Well, simple. Animation. This is an animated movie. And that's the only reason why I decided to watch this movie. Only for the animation. That's it. Because I'm more of an animation lover than a live action fan. I never had any interest in Lord of the Rings, so I did not watch any movies from the franchise. Okay, Mac, I totally agree with you on that. You guys know me, I love animated movies, so I was intrigued on watching it just because of the animation. So, after watching the War of the Rogi Rim, this made me want to get into the franchise and watch all the other Lord of the Rings movies and become a diehard fan of this franchise. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's actually true. This movie did not make me get into the Lord of the Rings franchise.
So, yeah, I'm gonna give you a quick warning. This review might be a bit negative, so you don't want to hear negativity. I recommend skipping to this timestamp. But anyway, let's get on to the characters. And the characters in this movie, well, they're not hateable characters. They're not likable either, or really interesting at all.
Sure, Baz actually is a very valid opinion I have there. None of the characters in this movie were very
not interesting
or very likable.
I'm gonna just put that out. Most of the characters in War of the Rogi Rim are just mid characters.
That actually is a very valid opinion.
First character we got is Hera, the main character of the movie. And, well, I do see some great aspects of her. She does look very beautiful, and she has a beautiful actress playing her, and she does have her moments where she acts like a baddie.
Okay.
But the problem that I have with Hera is that she's not really interesting. She's just super generic. Like, she acts like the modern Disney princess.
Okay, you know what? I actually agree with that opinion I had there. She acts like the modern Disney princesses we know today, like Raya and Moana. You basically got Hera by that. She acts like Raya and Moana a bit, but anyway.
I think of Raya and Moana, and you basically got Hera. And that's all her character is. She's just Raya and Moana again, and I feel like they're just ripping off those characters.
Go by ahead.
And also, most of the movie, all she does is scream and move her body. That's about it. And also, she acts very stupid, too. Then we got Hell Hammerhand, the king of Rogi Realm. And this character, well, he is pretty cool, I will admit. His voice is awesome, and he punched people with his fists.
Okay.
How cool can you get? But my main issue with Hell Hammerhand is probably he's just too stubborn. Not the good, likable stubborn, but the terrible stubborn.
It actually is true as well.
And he's not really like a very interesting character, and also he suffers the same thing as Raya. Sorry, no, Hera.
Okay, I kind of mixed that up a bit, and also I want to tell you guys that I wasn't scripted for this review. I was just going off scripted in this review, but anyway.
Just super generic and kind of stupid. And then we got the villain of the film, Wolf. The main villain, where he acts threatened because, well, Hell Hammerhand killed his father, so he wants revenge.
Oh, that's
and
actually what happened in the
terrifying,
movie.
But he's nothing but a big joke. All he is nothing but a big joke. He wants to do this plan on getting revenge on taking the throne, which, by the way, his people are dying, so you should supposed to care for your people. But no, he's just too stubborn and wants revenge on Rogi Realm, which is stupid. Even the general said he was a coward and stupid. So,
oh my god, I was trying to act like an angry critic, but I decided not to
He's just
anymore.
nothing but a big joke.
Think of think of angry critics like Nostalgia Critic and Shape Frillis. I was trying to act like them a bit, but honestly, I gave up that stick.
Rest of the characters in this movie.
But I will still act like that
characters
when I
are
review a
just
bad
super
anime
beautiful,
film.
and they're not really worth remembering. Yeah, most of the other characters besides those three are either super not memorable or just super forgettable. And that's my problem with the War of the Rogi Realm's characters. The movie has trouble in telling us on why should we care for these characters. Why should we care
okay,
about
yeah.
how
That is actually
Hammerhand
something
and his sons died?
that is something I can't agree
don't
with
feel satisfied,
on what I said
and it
back
doesn't
then.
make me upset. I don't get why are we rooting for Hera on why Wolf wants to do this. The movie has trouble in telling us on why should we care for these characters. They're just there and they're just doing their thing, and that's about it. But anyway, let's get into the story of the movie.
Yeah, all the points I pointed out in this review, I still agree with this. Like, the movie this movie has trouble on telling us why should we care for these characters. Like, it doesn't give us a reason why we should care for them. That was a big issue I had with this movie, but then again, it's been a while since I've seen War of the Rogue Realm, so I'll probably rewatch it.
Our story begins with a young woman named
Ugh,
Hera,
that guy
who
looks
wants
creepy.
To go free and adventurous, and doesn't want to marry a man. But then Wolf's dad forced Hera to marry his son, Wolf. But Hell Hammerhand did not want that to happen. The reason why is because, well, he wants her daughter to marry whenever she feels like she wants to. So they got into a fight, and well, Hell Hammerhand killed Wolf's dad with one punch. So Wolf was pretty ticked off, and he declared war and create his own army to kill Hera's brothers and Hell Hammerhand himself. So it was up to Hera to defeat Wolf to save the Rogue Realm. And I guess I can see where the writers were going with this story. Kind of. I mean, this is not original. I mean, I've seen this millions of times. But
okay, I don't see this a million and millions of times. I mean, the story is a bit original, but there are some aspects of the story where it felt like stuff from movies we've seen. But that's all I will say.
to its credit, it did it very well. But the bad news is, you know that this is a prequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
I should not say that because I'm not a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen the trilogy or The Hobbit, so I shouldn't said those things because I am not a Lord of the Rings fan.
This happened before anything from the Lord of the Rings trilogy happened. So, you think it mentioned any of the wizards or anything from the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Well, I gotta break the news to you that was a disappointment. Cause all you see with this movie is a few cameos and a brief mention of any of the wizards from Lord of the Rings trilogy. And you only see a few creatures, and they had no purpose in this movie whatsoever, other than to help the main protagonist. And they're just only there for a bit, and doesn't show any signs.
Okay, yeah, that is something I pointed out that I will admit, I will agree with this, is that some of the creatures in this movie actually serve no purpose to the movie, so you could basically cut them out. But yeah, at the same time though, I have not seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy, so that was just a very if opinion.
And also, do I have to mention that the story ain't original? I've seen this story done many times before. A girl doesn't want to get married because she's adventurous. I've seen this done in Brave. So
that's a bad comparison. That's a bad comparison I made there. I compared this to Brave, aka the most mediocre Pixar movie. That was a terrible comparison. I should have compared this to stuff like Mulan or anything like that. That was a terrible comparison I made there.
Basically, this story is just ripping off Brave. A bit. Like, hear me out. Even though Brave ripped off its source material.
But I can see where I'm going with this comparison.
The story of Brave is about an adventurous woman who wants to go adventurous and all of that and doesn't want to get married.
This is what this movie is. It's just a blatant copy of Bright.
No, it's not.
So, that's my biggest problem. And also, do I have to mention again that this movie is so boring? In my watch through of this movie, I was bored out of my mind. Like, I was just sitting there.
Hold on, I want to see if the mic audio is good. Hold on.
That's a bad comparison. That's a bad comparison I made there. I compared this to...
Yeah, okay, the mic audio is good. Okay, that's good.
They're just the press of how this movie is just so boring.
That's actually
really
true. This movie is pretty boring when I first watched it, but then again, I haven't seen this movie in a while, so I'll probably rewatch
the
it.
story in this movie is very, very predictable. You can literally predict what's gonna happen in the next scene. And you can predict they're gonna betray, and you're gonna predict when they're gonna get killed. And that's my main issue of the film. How is it so predictable? And how is this
the movie is pretty predictable in some instances, but not by much.
It's nothing but boringness. You're just there watching these characters do something, and you're bored from the whole way through. So, honestly, yeah, the story in this movie is kind of bad. Not only have I seen this story done many times before, but it's so unoriginality. And also, can I mention about the runtime of this movie? Cause the runtime in this movie, well, you know your typical 90-minute movie, take like Toy Story, that's 90 minutes, minus credit. This movie has a 2-hour limit.
That actually is true, too.
Where did this go from? Like, where were they going with...
I meant to say, where were they going with this movie? That's what I meant to say.
This runtime. Nothing! You're just seeing a movie...
Okay, this is another problem I have with this review, is that I mostly just yell at the entire review, which I didn't like how I did this. I feel like I should have went in this movie... what I meant to say, I should have gone into this movie more calmly than what I did here.
With characters doing stuff with being bored by the way. So, honestly, yeah. Even though the story is unoriginal, it's still kind of bad, and honestly, it's a pointless prequel. I've seen prequels done right, but this is such a pointless.
Hey, Michael W89, welcome. Hope you're doing well.
Just calling it a masterpiece prequel or underrated prequel. I've seen prequels done good, like Wonka and Monsters University. This is not one of those examples.
Okay,
this is just a pointless prequel to a franchise that I never really cared of in the first place. But anyway, let's get to the animation of the movie, which this is something new I added to my review because I never added this in.
Okay, this is my one time I add the animation, which this should be honestly with the pros to the movie instead of being an animation. Yeah, I'm glad I'm live on this account. I'm feeling a bit better.
I really like the animation in the War of the Rugby Realm. It looks absolutely beautiful. The fact that this is an anime. Now, I'm going to tell you guys that I am not the biggest fan on anime. The only animes that I really like are the films from Ghibli, Pokemon, and I feel like that's about it.
Yeah, that's actually a true statement right there. I am not a big fan on anime. I think it looks stupid in my opinion. The only exceptions that I like anime are stuff from Ghibli and Pokemon. That's it. Honestly, I think anime is stupid and it looks stupid. But however, I do like some anime films. So I will give you that because I do want to watch some other anime films. Ooh, nice, Michael. I might join.
But overall, this animation actually looks really good. It was done by an anime professional, and it looks absolutely gorgeous on the background designs and on the creature design, and also the character design as well. It looks absolutely beautiful. And when every time you're gonna have an action sequence, it looks absolutely gorgeous.
That is actually true. I feel like the animation in this film looks really good. Even though I'm not an anime specialist, but I will admit, the animation looks gorgeous.
Every anime should be proud of themselves for making a gorgeous animation. But if I had to critique on the animation, it's probably when the characters talk. Like, when every time
Michael.
the characters say a word, it doesn't match their lips, and that's a shame, because I've seen films from Ghibli that match the words
okay,
with their
Mac.
lips, so why couldn't
I need to fix
this?
that.
But overall, despite that criticism, I absolutely love the animation on the character designs, and on the creatures as well, and also the
Which I'm gonna re-review
But
it.
anyway, let's get on to the conclusion of the film. You know, this honestly should have brought me into the Lord of the Rings franchise and got me interested in it. But no, this reminded me of the reason why I was never interested in Lord of the Rings in the first place. You know why? Because the franchise in a whole is so boring.
Okay, I yell at this point, and I don't really like how I yell, but I will admit, yeah, Lord of the Rings is boring, but I'm gonna have to watch these. I gotta watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy to understand, War of the Rogi Realm. So I'm gonna do that in the future.
Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rogi Realm is nothing but a boring, predictable mess of a film. Although it did well with the animation, and some of the action sequences look really well done, but
Yeah,
the
actually
movie
is true.
suffer from a story that is weak and just blatantly copy and brave. Animation, while it looks really good, the way that the characters say words coming out of their mouth looks absolutely off. A runtime that did not need to be 2 hours, and characters that are just really not interesting and super meh. My recommendation, if you're a die-hard fan of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I only recommend to those people.
Okay, the way I said that kind of seems a little bit, racist a little bit. Yeah, I should have just said I only recommend this to Lord of the Rings fans. I feel like this movie is made for those fans. As for me, I'm not one of them. I'm not someone who's a big fan of Lord of the Rings. So, yeah, the way I said seems a little bit racist.
They could get something out of this. Like, this is made for those die-hard Lord of the Rings fans. But for me, I'm honestly gonna stick with the VeggieTales parody.
Oh yeah, I compared this to the VeggieTales parody again.
It's not technically a Lord of the Rings movie, and it's not made by the same people who made it, at least you'll have a better time with it. With a better story,
I only wanted
better
to make this
characters,
review
with a better
to
animation, and so
discuss
much
why
better
the
really good.
VeggieTales parody is
And honestly, I
better
would
than War of
take
the Rogi
Shooter's
Realm.
Circus any time of the day over than Hera. My rating of the film, I've given it a 4.5 out of 10. It's alright. It did its job as a Lord of the Rings prequel. But that's my opinion on the film. What is your opinion on Lord of the Rings?
Okay, so if this opinion is valid, do I agree with most of my thoughts? I agree with most of it, but not by much. I mean, the points that I made in this film is that, one, I don't like how I compared this to Brave. Two, I really didn't like how I just yell at this entire review. That's another problem I had with, this review. And third, I didn't do a really good job on the section. So, yeah. And I don't know if I agree with that rating I gave it. It's been a while since I've seen War of the Rogi Realm, so I'll probably rewatch this film. But yeah, that was my reaction to most of my old reviews. Do I think they hold up? Honestly, not really. They do not hold up whatsoever, in my opinion. Because, one, the mic audio was terrible. Two, the points that I made in those reviews honestly sucked, in my opinion. And, yeah. Hey, you can't blame me. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, so I was new to analysis. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I'm out of this situation. I am feeling much better streaming on the second channel, more so on the main channel. I'll get back to streaming on the main channel once I feel better. I am getting a little bit better. So, yeah, there's that, I guess. But still, so I am probably going to re-review most of the reviews I did on the main channel, as well as coming up with new reviews for this channel. Like, I'm planning to review films from 2026. I'm planning to get out my review on Toy Story 5, Hoppers, the Cat in the Hat movie, that's coming out. I'm planning to review the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which I'm hoping that video will do pretty well. There will be more VeggieTales reviews as well. I'm still working on that series, so keep your eyes on that. I want to review K-Pop Demon Hunters. I really want to review that movie since I know I'm late to the party with that movie, but why not review it? Because many people are considering that to be the most popular film. Like, people love that movie, so I'm probably going to give you my thoughts on K-Pop Demon Hunters. I feel like that might be my most requested review, but we'll see. So, yeah. Nice, Michael, nice. So, yeah, this was a pretty fun video. This was a pretty fun live stream to make, I'm not gonna lie. I actually had a great time on doing this. Hopefully, none of the animation studios will, like, copyright claim this. I mean, it's my own content. I can do whatever I want. Anyway. Yep, it was a trip down a memory lane. But, yeah, I might return to this again. Like, I might react to, the upcoming trailers that are coming, for 2026 for anime films. Like, I might do a review. I might give you my thoughts on Toy Story 5, Shrek 5. I know that I haven't gave my thoughts on the trailer, but I might do that as well. I'm also thinking about reviewing the Minecraft movie finally, even though I really do not want to see that movie. But I guess I'll review the Minecraft movie since a lot of people are recommended me to go and watch the Minecraft movie. And you know what? Since there's a high demand for the Minecraft movie, I might do it. I'm not going to guarantee it, but still, I might review the Minecraft movie. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. Feel like this is a good way to end. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this reaction. For the re-reviews, I'm only re-reviewing the Mario movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Trolls Band Together, and Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rogue Realm. I am not gonna re-review Elemental because it would make no sense on doing that because I'll be reviewing that movie on my Pixar ranking video. So yeah, that would be the movie that I'm not gonna re-review. But anyway, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this reaction. Don't forget to subscribe, and well, I'll see you guys later next time. Bye.